Okay, the reason people don't make more putts is they're blaming their stroke for a missed read. Now, I've been lucky, over the course of my career, my students have won over $450 million. I feel like a big part of their success has been me giving them feedback on, on what's actually affecting their missed putts. Now, this is really important. What happens is, as I hit my putt, let's say I've misread it. Very common, people say it's a cup out. This putt actually breaks 11 inches from the center of the hole. Now, if I'm playing it a cup out, as we saw, it's going to miss left. Now, what happens with our brain is we hit that putt, that ball, when we look up, is further left than we were expecting it, and our brain automatically triggers to, hey, I pulled that putt. So, I've been lucky. I've been able to spend my whole career trying to help people make more putts and play better golf. So what I came up with my partners, was a green reading system to really help train our brains so we can recognize slopes and accurately, very, very accurately predict their effect on our putt. So I'm going to pull my app. This has helped everybody who uses this, gets better and makes more putts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this 2/3 of the way to the hole. I'm going to give it a quick tap. As you can see, I've set the stimp to 11, right? We've got nice drills or nice video in the app on how to, very, very quickly test for what this actual stimp is. So I've got the stimp of 11, right? The app is going to measure the side-to-side slope and also the up and down. So in this case here, we've got a pretty decent 2% right to left. It's a little uphill. That's going to give us a break of 11 inches from the center, right? So for a lot of people, that's going to be a real eye-opener. The average PGA Tour player I tested is only going to recognize 70% of the break. So the average tour player that I tested is going to say that's the break. Forget about the fact that they're already great players, and compared to the rest of us. So the app is going to be a real eye opener for people who are going to put it down and go, wow, that's how much that putt breaks. I had no idea. Had some real success stories on our website of guys, tour players who turn their careers around, with just that knowledge, right? And then they're getting better at reading greens and not constantly blaming their stroke. So, I'm a golf coach. I want people to recognize how much putts actually break so that they can, understand what the problem is. For most people, green reading is going to be a real challenge, right? And this is going to help you get very, very good at it very quickly. Cool stat I saw, the average PGA Tour player from 12 feet on a controlled system, like, controlled surface like this. So from 12 feet, the average tour player is going to make 92% of their putts. So their start line control is good enough to make 92% of their putts, which is great. However, the make percentage on the PGA Tour from 12 feet is 32%. So there's a 60% gap that's not start line related. I feel like most instruction is trying to get our start line a little bit better. And don't get me wrong, start line is important, but there's 60% of the putts being missed on the PGA Tour that are green read related and speed read related. So obviously that's going to be an easier area for us to focus on and really move the needle to help us making more putts. So now what we can do, once we get the hang of how much this putts break, now we can start to train our eyes and be able to predict how much it's going to break. So I'm just going to use the high tour read function here. I'm going to tap on that. Okay, obviously it's going to give us the same percent of slope, but it doesn't give us the answer. So now what we have to do is we have to use our on-course system. Very simple. It's by far the most accurate predictor of breaks system in the world. You need to do your 2 times table super quick. We can go ahead and do the quick math on that. Tap it. It'll come up with 11 inches in this case. So we've got a 3-step system. Number one, you put the app down. It's going to tell us how much it breaks. This is going to be super helpful for everybody that uses it. Number two, we're going to use a high tour read system. Now it's going to give us, the amount of right to left, left to right, also up and downhill. And then we can, estimate the amount of break, tap on it, and see how close we are, see where we're off a little bit if we are. And then the third system, and I've got thousands of people all over the world using this. Super helpful. What it is, it's a way to accurately predict how the slope is gonna affect our break. Super simple, works. It's amazing how well it works. I've had tour players, that they learn at night. The next day they putt great. I've got club players playing all over the world who tell me, Ralph, it's been a game changer for them. I've been lucky. I've spent my whole career trying to help people play better golf. This is a way to really make a huge impact on people's golf, because people statistically don't really improve their putting. And the reason is because they don't know what the problem is. So if we know what the problem is, then we can tackle it, get much better very quickly. I'd say the 2 things that are very underrated with putting are green reading and alignment, right? So, we want to find a putter that we line up well, right? And we've got some great videos in the app on how to line up better, and super important. Like so now, if I've got this putt here, I know it's going to be 11 inches, right? I can line up effectively, right? Go ahead, hit my putt. I feel like I can hit good putt after good putt, with that system. Now, that one there was interesting, missed a little bit low. Our system's based on 12 inches past. I feel like if that was 12 inches past, it would have good putt. I'd like to tell you I did that on purpose, but I just didn't quite hit it hard enough. So listen, it's just an easy way to get much, much better at reading greens, right? Which is going to help us make way more putts. Thank you very much.